Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm reviewing the Redemptor Dreadnought from the Space Marine Codex. The Redemptor Dreadnought is a Primaris version of the older Dreadnoughts that were used by the non-Primaris troops. In the lore they're more powerful, taller, stronger and bulkier, however they burn their pilots out so you don't get many of these staying around for that long. In the game, the Redemptor Dreadnought is pretty powerful. It's got a lot of guns, as you can see from that picture, and in melee it also does a lot of damage. Today I'll go over what you can do with this, the different weapon options you can equip it with, and a couple of good synergies for in-game. If you enjoy these videos, please subscribe and like the video, and if you want to leave a comment talking about what you want me to review next, I'll be more than happy to oblige. Remember, at 50 subscribers I'm going to be revealing my Space Marine army, so that will be me showing the paint scheme that I've done all of my Space Marines in. If you want to see that, then please subscribe, and thanks for coming back to watch these videos. The Redemptor Dreadnought costs 175 points with the basic war gear options. It has a movement of 8 inches, weapon skill and ballistic skill of 3+, strength and toughness 4, starts with 13 wounds, 4 attacks, leadership of 8 and a free up save. As it loses wounds, it'll lose its effectiveness, so at 6 wounds it'll go down to 6 inches of movement and 4 up weapon skill and ballistic skill, and at 3 wounds it'll have 4 inches of movement and 5 up weapon skill and ballistic skill. It's strong at range and in melee, and you can give it quite a few weapon options. Some are more anti-tank focused and some are more anti-infantry focused, and these weapons have a very low, if even noticeable, points increase. I think the highest amount of points this model can ever cost is 185, so you might see some weapons that look a lot better, but there's actually not many points in it. So the Dreadnought has a couple of different weapon options. On its right arm, the one with the big gun, you can either give it a heavy onslaught Gatling cannon or a macro plasma incinerator. The Gatling cannon is a 30-inch range, heavy 12, strength 6, -1 AP and 1 damage weapon. The macro plasma incinerator, if you don't supercharge it, it is strength 8, -4 AP and flat 2 damage. However, if you do, its strength and AP remains the same, but the damage goes up as well as the strength. This does mean that you'll be suffering mortal wounds for every hit roll of a 1 you make, and being heavy D6 with the blast keyword, you've got a pretty good chance of rolling at least 1, unless you keep this guy near to a captain or anywhere that you can get rerolls of 1. On its left arm, along with the fist, you can have an onslaught Gatling cannon for 5 extra points, or a heavy flamer. The onslaught Gatling cannon is a 30-inch, heavy 8, strength 5 and -1 AP weapon, whilst the heavy flamer has the same strength, AP and damage profile, however it's 12-inch range and heavy D6. It can automatically hit its target though, so this will obviously be a lot better when firing Overwatch. On the chest you can see there are 2 Stormbolters or Fragstorm grenade launchers. The Stormbolters are better at range, however the grenade launchers can do a lot more damage up close, being Assault D6 with the blast keyword as opposed to Rapid Fire 2. For an extra 5 points you can add an Icarus rocket pod. This is a Assault D3, strength 7, minus 1 AP, flat 2 damage weapon, and you add 2 to the hit roll when targeting aircraft units. However, it's not limited to shooting them. So, of these, you can clearly see that there are a lot of weapons. Some of them are much more anti-tank focus, like the Macroplasma Incinerator, whilst things like the Gatling cannons are better at taking down infantry. The Dreadnought synergizes well with a lot of things. Because it does have the core and vehicle keywords, it can shoot in melee and benefit from things like Captain's rerolls, Chaplain's litanies, and psychic powers. One thing I'd consider using this for is Wisdom of the Ancients. This is a stratagem that costs 1 command point, and it allows you to choose 1 Dreadnought in your army, and for the remainder of this turn it has one of the following abilities. You can choose which one. Either Rites of Battle, allowing you to reroll hit rolls of 1 for core units within 6 inches, or Tactical Precision, which is the exact same except it's for wound rolls of 1. This is pretty useful because the model itself can benefit from its own aura abilities. This means that you'll be able to reroll hit rolls of 1 for overcharging a plasma incinerator, meaning you're a lot less likely to suffer mortal wounds, and any other units around it that'll benefit is just a bonus, to be honest. It can shoot in melee, however it's not able to shoot the plasma incinerator or the rocket pod or fragstorm grenade launchers, as they are blast weapons. Overall, I'm giving this a score of a 7 out of 10. I made a video on the Invicta Warsuit fairly recently, and I talked about how it's very similar to this, as they're based off the same chassis. Most of the time I'd take this over the Warsuit, however the Warsuit does have some advantages. If you want to find out what they are, then please go to that video. This is a lot better for providing fire support, however, and it's stronger in melee. The one problem I have with this is that it's limited on transport options, as it has 13 wounds, meaning you can't get it in drop pods or Storm Raven gunships. I think it is on the border of being a bit too expensive, because it does only have 4 attacks, and I think that sounds like a lot, but if you really think about it, then it's not that many, as you're going to have to be subtracting 1 from the hit roll using the Redemptor Fist anyway. Even so, against vehicles you're likely to get at least 1 or 2 hits in, and all of those doing 3 plus D3 damage isn't too bad anyway. So that's my final opinion on the Redemptor Dreadnought. I think I'd probably use these in my army in several games. I don't currently have one, but I'm looking to get one. If you want to see me do an unboxing video on that, like some of my previous ones, then please comment saying you would. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to subscribe and like, and feel free to comment giving me some ideas for my next ones. Thank you.